Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are minutes away from midnight here in the Central Time Zone. I'm in Wisconsin. We are minutes away from midnight, and here I am starting a live stream. Okay. So I don't know if my friends are going to be tuning in to watch this. I have no idea how many people will be tuning in, but here I am. I had a busy day and I came home late. And so um, had some work to do after coming home. Had to eat dinner and just do some important stuff, pending things. And finally, here I am, minutes away from midnight, starting this live stream. So if you are tuning in, thank you for being here. We are going to be discussing a very important topic. Okay, we always discuss very important topics here on this channel. Today in particular, this is really important. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Sandy is here. Sandy says, "Hi, good evening. Good evening to you, Sandy." Uh, Thank you, Sandy, for being here, and I hope that more of our friends are going to be joining. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, maybe I should wait for maybe half a minute, maybe a minute more, and then I will go into the discussion. My friends, something that I think about all the time, and I talk about it too. I mean, I talk about freedom, and I just want to emphasize again that freedom is something that we have to protect at all times. Okay, um, freedom is something that must be protected every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, all the time. Kushi is here. Hi, Kushi. Good to see you from Lacrosse. AC Cruz, our friend AC Cruz is here. AC, so wonderful to see you. AC from Arizona is here. So freedom, and I know my friends are gonna agree with me on this. Freedom is something that you have to protect every moment. If you just take your if you just lose your focus, all right, you always have to guard freedom. If you lose your focus and you are like, all right, you start looking in a different direction, then some evil force out there may come and take away your freedom. All right. No matter what you do in life. All right. I mean, as individuals, we have our personal lives, we have our family life, we have our everyday life, but we're also members of a community. Okay. We are residents of a city or a village. We are residents of a state. We are citizens of a country. I'm a proud US citizen. I'm a proud citizen of the United States of America. So we have our individual lives, but then we have our community, our neighborhood. Then we have the larger community, which is our city or village. And then we're part of a community of people who live in a particular state, but then we are all Americans. And then, of course, there are people in other parts of the world. Uh, Same way, they have their personal lives, their community, and they belong to a country. So, as an American, I'm telling you, no matter what you do in your personal life, no matter what you have going on in your life, in your family, in your life, you always have to pay attention to the larger picture. Whatever we do, we collectively, everyone, we must always protect our freedom. And everyone plays a part in that. Okay? Everyone who's watching, I mean, we got friends here. Like we got AC from Arizona, we got Kushi from La Crosse, and we have other friends who are tuning in from different parts of the country. No matter where we live, no matter which neighborhood we live in, which state, there's a common goal that we all share, and that is we have to do what we can every single day to protect our freedom. It requires collective effort. I do my part, you do your part, and together we must protect our freedom. So, why am I talking about this today? Why did I start the discussion today with this talking about freedom? Because we saw, my friends, we saw during this pandemic, the COVID pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic, we saw what politicians, Democrat politicians, liberal politicians, what they did to diminish our freedom. You look at Democrat-heavy communities, you look at Democrat mayors, you look at Democrat governors, what they did to take away our freedom, to take away people's freedom. The shutdowns and the lockdowns. I mean, just think about it. An elected official, a governor of a state, a mayor of a city, telling people what businesses are non-essential and what businesses are essential. I mean, who has the right to make that decision? If you are running a business, if you have invested money in a business, you came up with the idea, you took out the bank loan, you invested the money, you are taking the risk, you are working hard every day to provide excellent product and services. You're trying to make a profit. You're trying to create jobs. You're hiring people. You're paying them wages and salaries. If you face a loss, you face a loss. If you make a profit, then you grow and you thrive. And then you make money, you pay taxes. And then the government comes and says, oh, your business is non-essential. Oh, your business is essential. How can these liberal politicians make that decision? Which business is essential, which one is non-essential? It's your business. Your business is essential to you and to your customers and to your clients, to your employees. If a politician comes and says, oh, you got to shut down your business because, there's this coronavirus, it's coming. You got to shut down your business. Oh, your business is not essential. Shut it down, close the door. No one has the right to do that. No one can dictate. No politician can tell you, oh, your business is non-essential. But that's what they did. That's what the politicians did particularly in Democrat-heavy areas. And we saw how people suffered. And those who lost their businesses, those who lost a lot of money because they had to shut down their businesses because they were considered non-essential, those people are still suffering. A business is like it's like a running train. It takes a lot of effort to have a business up and running. The initial push can be very challenging. Okay, it takes a lot of effort, like a train. Inertia takes a lot of force to get it to start. I'm not speaking in exactly scientific terms, but you understand the point I'm trying to make. A train, when you start the engine, it doesn't start running at full speed. It goes slow, it builds up momentum, then it speeds up. And similarly, you can't just hit the brakes and stop a train when it's running at full speed, when it's going at full speed. So similarly, a business, it requires a lot of time and energy and effort and money and investment to have a business and to get it to a position where you start making profits. You start a business, the first year you may not make a profit. The second year, who knows, you may not make a profit. And then you finally start making profits and you start growing and thriving and expanding. And then a politician comes, a governor or a mayor, and says, "Oh, you got to shut it down. Close the door because there's coronavirus." So anyway, we've seen what the politicians did to businesses, to people. And then all those vaccine mandates, all those mask mandates, I mean, we can go on and on and on. I mean, I saw what happened right here in Wisconsin, how people suffered. How people suffered because they had to shut down their businesses. And some that were open had to follow like capacity limits, like restaurants had to follow capacity limits. So anyway, we saw, and that's why I'm just highlighting the fact that we all must work hard every day to protect our freedom. Now, I'm going to come to the main point of discussion today, but before that, I just want to say I saw Michael Brown. Michael Brown is here. Michael Brown, good to see you. Jim is here. Hello, Jim. And then we have Gianna. Gianna, did I see Gianna's name? Yeah, Gianna is here from New York. And there are others. So thanks to everyone who's tuning in. Not possible for me to greet each and every one of you individually because I want to move forward with the discussion, but thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. The main topic today, the fear mongering seems to have started again. There's this new COVID variant. Have you heard about it? Have you heard about this new COVID variant? The fear mongering has started. Reportedly, this variant is a descendant of the Omicron variant. Remember Omicron? Omicron? Oh, so much of fear. Oh, Omicron's here. So much of fear. We've been through that, right? A descendant of the Omicron variant. This new variant, it's being called, let's see if I get this right, NB181, okay? NB181. That's the new COVID variant. And the World Health Organization is back in the limelight. Everyone's talking about WHO again. What does WHO mean? WHO. WHO. The World Health Organization. By the way, it's an organization that we, the Americans, we don't need. We don't need the World Health Organization, okay? I mean, if other countries want to maintain their relationship with WHO, they can. It's their decision. Each country decides. But we in the United States, we don't want to have ties with the World Health Organization, okay? That organization is back in the news, spreading fear, okay? I mean, it all starts slow. It doesn't like all of a sudden start like, oh my God, there's a new variant, it's spreading. It starts slow. First you hear the news, oh, there's this new variant. And then, oh, the variant is spreading. It's spreading in Asia. Oh my God, now it's in North America. Oh, it's being reported in like X number of states. Oh, there are these many cases. I mean, it all starts like that. Okay? It's almost like a workflow. That initial murmur has started. This new COVID variant, the fear mongering has started. And if you are thinking, oh, yeah, we heard about it, but it's still not being discussed widely. Well, wait for a few more days, maybe a few more weeks. Maybe it's going to be all over the news. Who knows? This fear mongering has started again. Same old fear mongering. By the way, I had COVID. I recovered. I had COVID and I recovered. And I'm doing fine. And I believe immunity. The human body created by God, creator. We are part of nature. I mean, whatever your belief system may be, you may believe in God, you may believe in nature, whatever your faith is, whatever your religious background is, whatever religion you follow, or maybe you don't follow a religion, it's up to you. It's your personal decision. We have the freedom of religion. But I think we all can agree that the human body is created by a creator that's far more powerful than we can imagine. Okay? I mean, human beings, we are products of nature. We live in nature. We do not control nature. Although the liberals, they think they can control nature. Okay? All the Green New Deal people, all the environmental activists, they believe they can control nature. They think nature is like an air conditioner. Okay? You press a button and you can set the temperature, you can set the fan speed. That's what the liberals think that they can do with nature. It's the earth is getting warmer. We're gonna have to turn it down. Oh, ice age is coming. We're gonna have to turn up the heat. That's what the liberals think. But people who are sane, people who believe in logic, people who have properly functioning brain, people who believe in common sense, people who believe in reason, those people, like us, like me, like you, people who understand reality, we recognize that we cannot control nature. Nature can control us. Nature can influence our surroundings, but we cannot control nature. It's not an air conditioner. You cannot just turn up the temperature, turn down the temperature. Okay? You're not going to be able to make the winds blow at a certain speed in a certain direction. We don't control that. And anytime that human beings try to control nature, things go wrong. Nature fights back. Nature will remind human beings that nature is in charge, that God is in charge. Once again, whatever your faith may be. So we cannot control nature, no matter what the liberals say. So I believe in the power of the human body. Our bodies have its own mechanism to heal. And that's why there are so many stories throughout the ages of human beings fighting severe illnesses, dealing with unbelievably challenging situations, going through tremendous physical pain and suffering, and still surviving and recovering and thriving. A lot of that has to do with willpower. That's something I believe. It's not just the body, it's also the mind. It's also the mind. If you are determined that you are going to overcome a situation, you will be able to do that. So I had COVID. I recovered. I believe in natural human strength, natural immunity. And let me tell you, and this is something that I am very, very proud to say, and I've said it before on this channel. A lot of you know this already, but those who don't, let me tell you again, I did not get the COVID vaccine. I did not. And I'm very proud of that. Not a single shot. I did not get the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. I did not get the boosters. And I'm so happy. Okay? And there are a lot of people out there who got the vaccine, who got the boosters. And let me tell you, a lot of people out there who got the COVID vaccine, now they regret. Okay? Initially, when a lot of information was being concealed from the general public, and people thought, oh, the government's recommending that people get the vaccine, so let's go get the vaccine. They got the vaccine, but now they have regrets. Now, when they look back, they think that was a bad decision. And then there are those who got the vaccine and, they're happy. All right. If they're happy, they're happy. Okay. I mean, it's your decision. Give me 1 second. So a lot of people who got the vaccine, they now regret. But you can't turn back time. Whatever happened, happened. And as we look back, my friends, we know that there was a lot of false information out there. A lot of false information. A lot of accurate information was being concealed. A lot of false information was being allowed to spread. And many people became victims of that. People listened to the false information. They believed it. And they acted on it. And now they have regrets. A lot of people, they regret taking the COVID vaccine now that they know the reality. Remember, at the time, a lot of people rushed to get the vaccines and the boosters. Now people regret. So whatever happened, happened, but now we have to reveal the truth to the American people, to the whole world. And a lot of great work is being done now to share the truth, to share the facts with the American people. By the way, I'm very, very happy that the CDC has taken an important step in the right direction. And some of you know this already, I think. Michael Brown is writing, we were all forced to get it in Australia. Sorry to hear that, Michael. Sorry to hear that. You know, I have friends who got the vaccine, who had no other option because remember, there was that vaccine mandate that affected a lot of people. So, in order to keep their jobs, they had to get the vaccine. And that is sad. I mean, that should never happen, but it did. People were forced to make that decision like, do you want to keep your job? Then get the vaccine. If you don't get the vaccine, you don't have your job anymore. Just think about how brutal that situation was. Just think about what people went through. People had to give up their freedom, their medical freedom, in order to keep their job. And that's why I started this live stream talking about freedom, that we have to protect our freedom. Every moment, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, 24/7, you have to protect your freedom. Because we saw what happens when liberals get the power. They try to take away people's freedom. That's what the liberals did. They tried to take away our freedom. And finally, CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has taken a step in the right direction. And Secretary Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., he wrote on X on May 27th, he wrote, today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from CDC recommended immunization schedule. Bottom line, it's common sense and it's good science. We are now one step closer to realizing President's promise to make America healthy again. Now remember, there's new leadership now at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. There's new leadership at CDC. It's not the Biden-Harris CDC. This is the people's CDC. This is the real scientific CDC. The liberals will push all kinds of fear on people and say, oh, follow the science. Follow the science. That's what the liberals do. That's what the Democrats do. They've got an agenda and they push that agenda on people. And they say, you got to follow the science. That's not science. That's political activism. What's happening now is science. What Secretary Kennedy is doing, what the new leadership at CDC is doing, what the new leadership at these different agencies are doing. That's now it's science. But what Biden Harris did, that was not science. That was political agenda being pushed on people in the name of science. Okay? So Robert F. Kennedy Jr., this is somebody I really respect. By the way, if you think RFK Jr. is doing a great job, please write, I support RFK Jr. Let's see in the live chat, my friends. I've got the live chat window right here. If you support the great work of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, please write, I support RFK Jr. Kushi is writing, I support RFK Jr. Bree, I support RFK Jr. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much. I support RFK Jr. too. I think what President Trump did by selecting RFK Jr., what a great decision. AC Cruz, thank you for your support. Mia is writing, I support RFK Jr. Thank you. By the way, I had the wonderful opportunity to meet RFK Jr. Um, a truly wonderful man. I met him in Madison, actually. He came to Madison. This was last year before the election. I met him. I met Tulsi Gabbard a few times. And RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, they had a great event here in Madison. And so just really, I mean, I'm so proud of the Trump administration and the cabinet. President Trump selected the right people for the right positions. All right, let's see. All right, you know, we got some people in the live chat who suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. Okay, I'm not going to repeat the comments that those folks are writing, but you can see who in the live chat has Trump derangement syndrome. So yeah, we're gonna focus on the positive comments. All right, Sharice is here. Hi, Sharice. Good to see you. Oh, Sharice, I'm so sorry to hear about the death. Your best friend's brother died, and Sharice is writing in the live chat the circumstances um, surrounding that, surrounding the death of your best friend's brother. Sorry to hear that, Sharice. Very sorry. Um, James is here. James, good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right. So, my friends, RFK Jr., he said, last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot, despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children. Okay. So, I mean, this was the Biden Harris administration. They were all about keep getting these shots, keep getting these boosters, keep getting these vaccines and boosters and boosters and more boosters, endless stream of boosters. That's what would have happened if Kamala Harris would have been elected president. She would also, quite likely, promote all these boosters. Okay? And now we know there's new information coming out. And a lot of people said this quite early. But now, more and more information is coming out that the COVID vaccine can cause a lot of damage to your health. The information is coming out. You have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. And that's why a lot of people regret getting the vaccine. Nikki is here. Nikki, actually, that's our friend Sherry from Racine County, Wisconsin. Sherry, good to see you. Our friend Sherry just joined. Always great to see Sherry. Sherry is a Wisconsinite from Racine County. Good to see you. Let's see. Who else is here? Rebecca is here. Hi, Rebecca. Let's see who else is here. All right. My friends, I just want to remind you, because I know a lot of people ask me, Tosif, how can we support your channel? Well, the answer is very simple. Subscribe if you have not done so already. It doesn't cost you any money. It's free. You just have to hit subscribe, okay? Help this channel grow. Like the video, okay? You can see the number of likes on the screen. Like the video. Help us get more likes, okay? 26 likes right now. Let's get it to 50. Let's get it to 75, then 200, then to 200. So please like this video, subscribe, and share it. Butch is here. Hi, Butch. Good to see you. Butch Ramsey is here. All right. We'll look at the screen and we'll get back to the discussion here. Eric is here. Hi, Eric. Thanks for being here. All right. I'm going to continue. Okay, my friends. So as I was saying, we have to protect our freedom. And finally, the Trump administration and the real medical experts, the real scientific experts are working hard now. Okay? I mean, finally, I think we are going to have a health agency that focuses on health, that focuses on prevention, that focuses on science without politics. No politics. Pure science and prevention and cure and health. Okay? So I appreciate the work that RFK Jr. is doing. And so just think about it. What happened previously before President Trump came to office in 2025, this year? What happened before that? How in the world did CDC come up with the recommendation that everyone aged 16 months and more get the COVID vaccine. How did the CDC come up with that recommendation that anyone who's 6 months or older should get the COVID vaccine? I mean, just think about it. My friends, once again, I was very happy when I saw that decision that the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the recommended immunization schedule. Okay, CDC's recommended immunization schedule. Finally, we are on a path to make America healthy again. And so, thank you, RFK Jr. and the true scientific experts. My friends, this is the day that we have all been waiting for. All meaning all freedom loving, all common sense loving people. Now, a lot of intelligent people, they did not take the COVID vaccine. Now, I've told you before, a lot of intelligent people took the COVID vaccine and now they regret. A lot of people were compelled to take the vaccine because otherwise they would lose their jobs. So they did not did it happily. They just had to save their stream of income. They had to save their jobs. And that's an example of how the government, with Biden-Harris in power, tried to take away people's freedom, medical freedom. But then a lot of intelligent people who focused on science, who asked questions, whose instincts told them don't take the vaccine. A lot of intelligent people did not take the COVID vaccine. A lot of people were skeptical, and they made the conscious decision to not take the vaccine. And now they know that they were right. They were right. They are right. And this is the decision that I made. I did not take the COVID vaccine. And let me tell you, it's one of the best decisions I made in my life to not take the COVID vaccine. Yes, there were voices around me in society that were telling me, you gotta take the vaccine. You gotta take the COVID vaccine. Oh my God, you have not taken the COVID vaccine. Why are you not taking the COVID vaccine? I heard those voices and I said, no. I get to decide what I want to do. It is my medical freedom, and I am not going to take the COVID vaccine, and I did not take the COVID vaccine. And remember when people were putting up photos on social media, do you remember? People were putting up their profile photos. They had their arms like that. They showed the arms like, oh, I got my COVID vaccine. Do you remember that? I mean, we got friends. I got friends who put up pictures like that, like, I got my COVID vaccine. Go get your vaccine. Evelyn, good to see you. Our friend Evelyn is here. Evelyn just joined. Good evening, Evelyn. Evelyn from Vegas. DSAR just joined. Hi there. And there are others. Who did I miss? Yeah, so do you remember that? I mean, I would log into social media and I saw those pictures. Like people posted, like they had their whatever that it was like it was sort of like a template that you could add to your profile picture, and it said, "I got my COVID shot." Um, and then there were others who would post just the opposite. They would say, um, uh, something like, I don't need the COVID vaccine. I've got an immune system. Remember, people were putting up the opposite messages also, promoting the natural immune system, our body's immune system. And they said, I'm not going to get the COVID vaccine because I have got a natural immune system. So, we saw that. And I have friends on both sides. I have friends who got the vaccine. They were eager to get the vaccine. And I have friends who said, no way, not getting the vaccine. Um, Evelyn, our friend Evelyn here is saying, I'm proud to say I'm vaccine free. Evelyn, congratulations. No COVID vaccine for me either. So, Misty is here. Hi, Misty. Good to see you. Misty, good to see you. Our friend Misty from Pennsylvania just tuned in. James is asking, Tosif, are you worried about this variant? James, I am not worried about this variant. If you ask me personally, I am not worried about this new variant. But the reason I'm doing this live stream is because I want people to understand what is going on. The fear mongering has started, and it starts slow. It doesn't go to 100% all of a sudden. It always starts slow. It starts with murmurs, and then a few news reports here and there, and then World Health Organization says something like, "Oh, there's a new variant. Oh, there's a new variant that's spreading. Oh, this new variant is spreading in Asia. Oh, this new variant has now been detected in like 4 countries and a dozen countries. Oh, this new variant is now across the ocean in North America. Oh, this new variant is now in 5 states." I mean, that's how it starts. And then it's like, oh my God, it's getting out of control. Shut everything down. Shut down all the businesses. Stay home. Save lives. Get your vaccine. There's a new booster. Go get your booster. So the reason I'm doing this live stream is because I want people to understand that you must protect your freedom. Don't listen to all those evil voices that are busy fear-mongering. Don't listen to all that fear-mongering. Listen to your own instinct. Listen to what your heart tells you. Don't let fear influence your decision making. Brennan is asking, are you a doctor? I am not a doctor. I'm a healthcare policy analyst by training. Okay? I'm not a doctor. So, James, to answer your question, am I worried about this variant? No, I am not worried about this variant. Okay? But I want people to understand that there's fear mongering that has started. So don't let that fear mongering affect your decision making. Okay? Bree is saying, I'm a nurse and I agree with Tosif. Thank you, Bree. So Brandon, I'm not a doctor. Okay? I don't work in a clinical setting. Okay? I don't work in a hospital or a clinic or in a medical facility, but I'm a healthcare policy analyst by training. That's my academic training, okay? And Bree is a nurse, so Bree works in has experience working in healthcare settings. So thank you, Bree. Bree says Bree agrees with me. Thank you so much. So, my friends, many people took the COVID vaccine and they suffered tremendously. It's very tragic what a lot of people went through and what a lot of people are still going through. Long suffering because of adverse effects of the COVID vaccine. Okay, a lot of people are still suffering the adverse effects, the adverse health effects of the COVID vaccine, adverse reactions, severe reactions that people had after taking the COVID vaccine. Many people had traumatic experience after getting the vaccines and the boosters. My friends, remember, healthcare is very personal. And Bree, I'm glad you agree with me. Bree is saying hospital experience. So Bree, you're saying you have experience working in a hospital, right? Thank you so much, Bree, for sharing that. Um, thank you for sharing that, Bree. Give me 1 second, friends. Please, friends, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Like this video, my friends. Help us reach more people. Um, okay, so we got Juan. Juan is saying that he's a fireman and he has seen the damage the vaccine has done to people. Oh, okay. Well, it's really sad, Juan. It's very sad. People they trusted the vaccine, they took the vaccine, and the severe life-changing adverse reactions that people suffered. I mean, these are not, I mean, yes, people had um uh, I'm sure a lot of people had mild reactions, but we're talking about the severe reactions that people had, reactions that basically changed the course of their life. Okay, reactions and adverse health effects that people could not recover from. So it's really tragic what people went through. It is extremely tragic what people went through. My friends, as I was saying, healthcare is very, very personal. Yes, there are doctors, there are nurses, there are other medical professionals, there are scientific experts, and yes, we have to listen to them. I mean, doctors, they play, they have always played a really important role in society, obviously. Obviously. You know, um, working in medicine, working in the medical field, it's a noble profession. Okay, if you're a doctor, you're a nurse. It's more than a job. In order to be a good doctor, in order to be a good nurse, you have to have compassion. You have to have the willingness to serve people. It's not just about earning a paycheck. Yes, doctors earn paychecks, nurses earn paychecks. They have to study, they have to invest time and energy and money into getting the right degrees, and then they get jobs, they work in hospitals and clinics. But it's more than a job. In order to be a good doctor, in order to be a good nurse, you have to be compassionate, you have to love people, you have to have the commitment to improving lives by helping people. So I have a lot of respect for doctors and nurses and other scientists, people who work in the medical field, people who are trying to, you know, come up with new therapies and new treatments and new medicines. I respect them. I always will. But also understand one thing. Healthcare is very, very personal. So yes, you have to listen to the doctors and the nurses and the medical experts. But at the end of the day, you get to make your decision. You get to decide what you want to do with your health. You get to decide whether you want to accept a certain course of treatment or whether you want something else. It's your health. You get to decide what to do. Okay? You are in charge of your health. So you can listen to the doctors, you can read the medical journals, you can follow what the scientific experts are saying, but at the end of the day, you get to decide what you're going to do with your health. And health is not just getting treatment, getting vaccines, or whatever happens in a hospital or a clinic or at a pharmacy. Health is more than that. Health is sleep. Health is waking up. Health is having good food, nutritious food. Health is trying to stay stress-free. Health is focusing on positive thinking. Health is good exercise, good lifestyle. Health is having a proper work-life balance. If you stay lazy, if you stay idle, if you don't work, if you sit at home all day, that's bad for your mental health. That's bad for your physical health. But then if you're working 20 hours and you're not sleeping, you don't have time to have a proper meal. You're eating packaged foods and canned foods. You're drinking sodas. You're drinking excessive caffeine just to, you know, uh, just to fight sleep and stay awake. That's bad too. Health is about moderation. Everything should be balanced. You don't eat too much. You don't eat too little. You don't sleep too much. If you sleep 16 hours a day, that's also bad. You don't sleep too much. You don't sleep too little, like 3 hours a day. Everything is about balance. Everything in moderation. So at the end of the day, your health, what you do with your health, it's your decision. The doctors are there, the nurses are there, the people who are experts on diets, they are there, therapists are there, your gym instructors are there. They are there. But your health is in your hands. So, my friends, you cannot just blindly follow whatever the medical establishment tells you. And I'm saying that as a healthcare policy analyst. I'm saying that as somebody who has a lot of respect, tremendous respect for doctors and nurses. But we have also seen that the medical establishment can fail. And in the case of COVID, the COVID vaccines, we know that people received wrong information from the medical establishment, and people suffered. Those who trusted that, oh, the vaccines are completely safe, take the vaccines, they took the vaccines, and they had life-changing adverse reactions. People's lives have been destroyed because of the adverse health reactions that they had after taking the COVID vaccine. So don't be a blind follower. Ask questions. Be skeptical. Do your research. Learn more. Find out more information. Be patient. If a magic medicine comes out, a magic vaccine comes out, don't just rush to go get the vaccine. Wait. Wait for the right information. So use your judgment, especially when it comes to crucial healthcare related decision making. I have a lot of confidence in doctors, but I also chose to listen to my own instincts, and I decided not to take the COVID vaccine. I trust the doctors, but in this case, I listened to my instincts. I followed my gut feeling, and I said, I am not taking the COVID vaccine. When the doctors were saying, you got to get the vaccine, I said, no, no, thank you. Not this one. Not this one. And I'm very, very happy that I did not take the COVID vaccine. I'm very thankful that I did not take the COVID vaccine. But if you took it and you're happy with it, it's your decision. Not everyone's the same. Not everyone will think the same way. Human bodies are all different. People have their unique strengths and weaknesses. So anyway, there's this news about this new variant, and it just makes you wonder what is going on. This new COVID variant, is there going to be another pandemic? Let me tell you, this time there isn't going to be shutdowns and lockdowns. The American people are never, ever going to fall in that trap again. The amount of money and businesses that our country lost because of the lockdowns and the shutdowns, people will never allow that to happen again. Reportedly, this new variant is sweeping through China. China again. And the World Health Organization seems to be active again. By the way, I gotta tell you, and let me know if you agree with me on this. I'm very happy that President Donald J. Trump made the wise decision to withdraw the U.S. from the World Health Organization. And actually, there was if you go on the website of the White House on January 20th of 2025, so that's the day that Donald J. Trump was sworn in as the 47th president. On that very day, he took a presidential action. What did he take? What action was it? He took the action to withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization. And what a great decision that was. Okay, you can go and read um, that presidential action. Okay, you can go and read that. It says the United States noticed its withdrawal from the World Health Organization in 2020 due to the organization's mishandling of the COVID-19 pandemic that arose out of Wuhan, China, and other global health crises. Its failure to adopt urgently needed reforms and its inability to demonstrate independence from the appropriate political influence of WHO member states. In addition, the WHO continues to demand unfairly onerous payments from the United States, far out of proportion with the other countries' assessed payments. China, with a population of 1.4 billion, has 300% of the population of the United States, yet contributes nearly 90% less to the World Health Organization. The United States intends to withdraw from the WHO. The presidential letter to the Secretary General of the United Nations signed on January 20th of 2021 that retracted the United States July 6th, 2020 notification of withdrawal is revoked. So President Trump took the US out of WHO, withdrew from WHO, and then Biden once again reversed it, and then President Trump reversed Biden's action. So President Trump, basically in short, signed this action to withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization. So, my friends, we, the United States of America, we do not need to be a part of WHO. We don't want to be a part of WHO. Okay, we don't want anything to do with the World Health Organization. Does it really focus on health, or is it busy with its own political agenda? We don't need the World Health Organization. So I am happy and I'm proud that President Trump withdrew the US from WHO. Falcon is saying, God bless you, sir. Thank you, Falcon. Bree agrees with me. Bree says exactly. So this new variant, reportedly, the cases are rising in the Eastern Mediterranean, Southeast Asia, and Western Pacific regions. Reportedly, this variant is spreading. WHO has said that this is a variant under monitoring. Okay, so they're monitoring this. Reportedly, the WHO said that the approved COVID-19 vaccines are expected to remain effective against this variant. Oh, really? What does that mean? Is the WHO basically trying to say that, hey, the approved COVID-19 vaccines are expected to remain effective against this variant, so if you have not taken the vaccine yet, go and take it? Is that what the WHO is trying to say? Like, oh, you didn't get the vaccine yet? There's this new variant. And the approved vaccines are effective, expected to be effective against this variant. So if you have not taken the vaccine, go take it. Is that the message from WHO? You know what? Here's my response. I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm not taking the vaccine. No matter what variant, I am not taking it. The COVID outbreak, that was in 2020. And then 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. This is 2025. We are almost approaching the middle of the year. And let me tell you, I am not going to take the vaccine. Butch Ramsey is saying, I'm with you, brother. Thank you, Butch. Thank you. Now, let me also tell you, I am not anti-vax. I am not anti-vaccine. I'm not anti-vaccine. There are important vaccines. But this COVID vaccine, this one I'm not taking. This one I'm not taking. And also, how did we get this far as human civilization? How did we get this far? How long have we been here on this earth? Human civilization. How did we get to this point? We didn't get to this point with vaccines. How did we get to this point? Believe in nature. Believe in natural immunity. Believe in the power of the human body and the human mind. Yes, with time, we are going to find cures to illnesses. We are going to find better ways to prevent the onset of illnesses. But it doesn't mean that a human being has to get vaccines after vaccines after vaccines and boosters after boosters. We cannot just depend completely on vaccines. Every year, vaccines after vaccines after vaccines. So I'm not anti-vaccine, but there has to be a limit. There has to be a limit. I know whenever somebody asks a question, whenever somebody is being a little skeptical and asking question, we must ask questions all the time. That's how we learn. That's how we do research. What do the researchers do? Every research, it starts with a question. So it's important to ask questions. But simply asking questions doesn't mean that, oh, you're asking questions, you're questioning this vaccine, you are anti-vax. No. No. And if you want to go get all kinds of vaccines, that's up to you. It's your decision. All right, my friends, let's see. Oh, wow, 41 likes. Thank you. Thanks for your support. Let's get it up to 50, can we? Mia says, I just subscribed. Tossif. Thank you so much, Mia. Thank you, my friends. We're trying to grow this community, so if you subscribe, that helps. If you subscribe, help us get to our next milestone of 20,000 subscribers. We are now at 13,485 subscribers. Okay, help us get to 20,000. So Brennan is asking, do you also think that the earth is flat? What a question, huh? Do you also think that the earth is flat? Um, all right, let me tell you, the word flat reminds me of something else. Um, do you know what is flat? Do you know what is flat? Um, in American English, an apartment is called an apartment. In British English, an apartment is called a flat. Yeah. Yeah. So, like in America, here I am. This is my apartment. I live in an apartment. And in Britain, it would be called a flat. Actually, in Bangladesh, where I am from, which has very heavy British influence, because that part of the world used to be a British colony many, many years ago. Um, so in Bangladesh, it's called a flat. You know, in the U.S. we call it apartment. In Bangladesh, it's called a flat. So that's what's flat. All right. Nicholas is asking, where in Pakistan are you from? I'm not from Pakistan. I'm not from Pakistan. I'm from Bangladesh originally. Uh, Bangladesh, once upon a time, was a part of Pakistan. It used to be East Pakistan, but that was way before my birth. Okay. So when I was born, it was Bangladesh. But many, many years ago, Bangladesh used to be East Pakistan, and then Bangladesh gained independence. But I'm not from Pakistan. I'm from Bangladesh originally. Neo is saying in South Africa is called a flat too. Yeah, yeah. In South Africa also, it's called a flat, not an apartment. So yeah, so those who are wondering, like where I'm from, I am not from India. I am not from Pakistan. I'm originally from Bangladesh. But I'm an American citizen and I live in Wisconsin. I live in the American Midwest. I've lived in America for many years and I'm a proud American citizen. Okay. Let's see. Other comments here. By the way, if you have not subscribed, please do so. That's how you can stay connected. And next time I do a live stream, you can get notifications, hopefully. Roberto is saying Bangladesh is a lot of water. Yeah, Bangladesh has many, many rivers. Okay, very fertile soil, very good soil, very fertile soil. A lot of crops grow there. And Bangladesh has a coastline because the Bay of Bengal is right there. So, yeah. And yeah, that area gets flooded quite a bit. Gets flooded. Okay. Um, I mean, there are pros and cons of being, um, being next to a bay or being next to a gulf or an ocean. Like in Florida, you see, I mean, Florida, so beautiful, but then you get the hurricanes and the flood, every year. Um, and same in Louisiana and Texas, beautiful areas, but you get the storms and the hurricanes and the flooding. I mean, in the Midwest too, I mean, we're far from water, but we have the Mississippi River, so we get flooding too. and flash flooding and all that. So in Bangladesh, very fertile soil, very beautiful, beautiful coastline, but you get cyclones and there's flooding too. So um, you have to accept nature in all its forms. Okay, nature gives us beautiful days, warm weather, beautiful flowers, beautiful crops, uh, fruits, vegetables. We get all that from nature. So many gifts from nature. Okay, but then we also get the flooding. We get the cyclones and the hurricanes and the tornadoes. We get that from nature too. So that's why I say we don't control nature. Nature controls us. Nature makes the decisions, and we just have to accept nature's decisions. All right. Mm, let's see. All right, my friends. Let me review the live chat window. And anyone who's wondering what's going on with my nose, allergies. Once again, this is spring, beautiful time, but it means there's so much of pollen in the air, which causes all these allergies. So I apologize because I know sometimes people complain about this when I do this, and Bree is saying Flonase. All right. Yeah, I use Flonase. It helps me. But then again, nature is nature. You got to deal with it. Um, all right. Okay, Lee is saying my best friend is from Borishal. Okay, so Borishal in Bangladesh, it's um, it's very close to the water. Okay, Borishal is on the water. So anyone from Borishal, uh, Borishal gets flooding because it's on the banks. Um, so yeah, that's great. See, I see a lot of new people here. A lot of new people. That's wonderful. Give me 1 second, my friends. Yeah, Borishal. If your friend is from Borishal, Borishal is, I mean, the river is right there. There are many rivers in Bangladesh. Um, Sherry is saying, "Oh my God, I am." I, so when Sherry writes what Sherry just wrote, and by the way, if you're wondering who Sherry is, Sherry goes by the name Nikki. Um, you can see that in the live chat. So Nikki, our friend Sherry, has this amazing hashtag that she wrote in the live chat, and she's saying, "Toss it for Wisconsin Governor 2026." Oh, Sherry, sometimes I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I'm so grateful for all the love that I get, for all the support, for all the encouragement, for all the good wishes. Um, Sherry, you are such a wonderful person. Thank you, Sherry. Um, what can I say? Kushi is saying, "Toss if you have my vote." Thank you so much. Oh, our friend Dee from California is here. Hi there, Dee. Oh my God, I see lots of other awesome comments. Bree is saying, "I would vote for Tossif." Thank you so much. Jamila is here. Hi, Jamila. Is it Jamila? Is that how it's pronounced? Jamila? Uh, so Sherry is saying, "I'm Sherry. Nikki is my chicken that lives in my house." Thank you, Sherry. Mia is saying, "This is my first time here, new subscriber." Mia, we appreciate that. So Mia, you just became a subscriber. Thank you. And Mia, can you help us get more subscribers? Can you ask some of your friends to subscribe also? That'd be so awesome. All right. That way we can grow this community. Some of you remember when I had less than 1,000 subscribers. Some of you remember that when I had less than 1,000 subscribers, and now we are getting close to 14,000, and then we'll get to 20,000, and we will keep growing. Uh, so Sherry, I um I'm so honored. I'm so honored by that hashtag um that you wrote, hashtag toss it for Wisconsin governor 2026. Who knows what the future has? Who knows what the future has, Sherry? I'm just really honored um to have so much of support. Thank you. Thank you. And then who knows what the future has? We'll wait and see what God has what God has decided, right? We'll have to wait and see. Lee is saying one day you will have 500,000 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. Lee is saying once you believe it with positive intentions, it will manifest itself. Thank you, Lee. Thank you so very much. Our friend Dana is here. Dana from Oregon. Dana from the West Coast. So good to see you, Dana. Always wonderful to see our friend Dana. Dee Dee is saying, we need Tossif to run in California. Oh my God. Well, Dee Dee, I live in Wisconsin. Helena is here. Hi, Helena. Helena, good to see you. Mm. Whose comments am I? Cody is saying just ignoring my comments. Oh, I'm not ignoring anyone. I am not ignoring anyone. I'm just it is not possible to respond to each and every comment. I hope you understand. I apologize. I'm not ignoring anyone. Trust me. Cody, thank you. Thanks for being here, Cody. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Do we know if Tony Evers is running for re-election? Do we know that? Do we know that? Is Tony Evers? Tony Evers is the governor of Wisconsin. Is Tony Evers running for re-election? I have no idea. No one knows. All right. Charisse is from Oregon too. No, Charisse, you're not from Oregon. Charisse is from, if I remember correctly, Charisse is from Idaho, right, Charisse? Or you're from Oregon? I'm trying to remember now. Oh, wait, I may be all right. I'm mixing up. Sorry, my friends. Give me 1 second. So, Charisse, you're in Idaho, right? If I remember. Maybe you're originally from Oregon, right? But now you live in Idaho. Is that? Okay. Lee is saying, man, I don't trust government, but if you are ever on a ballot, I would vote for you. You have positive vibes. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. This, the love and the support that I get from all of you, this is what, drives me forward. And I'm saying that from deep within my heart. All the love, all the support that I get. I mean, you are family. You, all of you here, you are family. You're my friends. And that's why, um, you know, with all the encouragement that I get from you, that is what drives me forward. Sharice is saying, toss if I live in Idaho but came from Oregon 12 years ago. All right. Um, that's what I thought, Sharice. I remember you live in Idaho, so you moved from Oregon. Okay. Um, okay, Helena has some complaints. All right. Okay, Helena has some complaints. All right. Okay. Um, okay, Cody is writing, what's the poll? So the poll question today is, do you feel that the COVID lockdowns and shutdowns were unfair and unjust? That's the poll question that I have, and you can answer that. And so far, 65% of the respondents said yes. That means they feel that the COVID lockdowns and shutdowns were unfair and unjust. Okay, my friends, if you are here for the first time, will you please subscribe? Will you please subscribe? Um, 13 more subscribers, and we're going to get to 13,500. Just 13 more subscribers. 1-3. And we will be at 13,500. And we want to keep growing. So please subscribe if you have not done so already, okay? Okay, Brennan is saying, how could they be more justified in your opinion? What would you have done differently as governor? Okay, so Brennan, you're asking me. Give me 1 second. Evelyn is saying, Tossif, you may want to lock your doors. Okay. All right. I'm seeing Helena's comments. I see that, Helena. Anyway, um, So Brennan is saying, what would you have done differently as governor? You know what I would have done if I had the power of a governor of a state during COVID? What I would have done, I would not have ordered shutdowns and lockdowns. Never. Okay? Never. No one has the right to tell a business owner, oh, hey, you need to shut down because there's this virus coming. Okay? No one has the right to do that. That's a direct attack on individual freedom. That's a direct attack on individual freedom. Okay? When the governor or any politician, any elected official says, oh, that business has to close its doors because of this virus is coming, you are not essential, you shut down your business. No one has the right to say that to a business owner. And I have seen businesses right here in Wisconsin. I have seen businesses suffer. I have seen businesses go out of business because of the tremendous losses that they faced because they were forced to close their doors. Do you agree with me, my friends? So the question was, what would you have done differently as governor? It's a very simple answer. I would never have ordered shutdowns or lockdowns. Never. Because I believe in freedom. And I believe that we must protect our freedom 24/7. Do you agree with me, my friends? Jackie is here. Hello, Jackie. Lee says, I agree with you 100%. Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much. Evelyn says agreed. Thank you, Evelyn. Jackie is saying, speak about student loans. Jackie, the topic today is not student loans. But if you want me to talk about student loans, yeah, I'm going to keep it real brief. And I'll tell you, student loans, if you have borrowed money for education, if you have taken out student loans, pay it back. Pay it back. Make payments. All right? Is that good enough? That's my message regarding student loans. If you have borrowed money, pay it back. All right? Simple. Okay, so I was looking at Helena's comments, and then now I'm looking at Jackie's comments, and really, I mean, listen, I cannot address all the comments. I'm not going to be able to address all the questions, and some comments and questions I just will not address. You know why? Because I think I have made my position very clear on a lot of different issues. Some things I think I need to repeat when new developments take place, when there are new updates, or when there are new actions or breaking news. But I think student loans, it's plain and simple. If you've taken out student loans, pay the loans back. All right. That's what people do. Now, people may have difficult circumstances. All right. Things happen in life. There could be severe, catastrophic illnesses, health challenges. Somebody um, may run into misfortune and then lose a lot of money. There may be job loss. There may be losses in the business. There may be other tragic events in life. There may be financial catastrophe. um, Things may happen, and there are ways to navigate those adverse situations. Okay. But in general, in general, if you have taken out student loans, if you've completed your degree, if you are working, if you're earning wages, salaries, pay your student loans. Okay. There are different repayment options. You have to look and see which one you find suitable for your situation. A lot of people make big payments, big monthly payments, and they pay off the student loans faster. Some people drag the process out longer. They make smaller payments. So now you're paying over a longer period of time. So, I mean, there are different repayment options that you can look at, but you have to pay it back. And if you have, bankruptcy, if you have catastrophic health events, whatever, serious challenges in life, then find a counselor. Okay. Find an advisor. Reach out to people for help. There are people out there who may be able to give you advice on, okay, what happens if you lose a job, you're not earning an income. How can you pay your loans back? I mean, there's help out there, people you can talk to. I mean, I cannot possibly give you solutions to every situation. I mean, see, one thing about me is I know my limitations. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna try to give you advice on things if I don't have the expertise. Okay? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. So I only talk about things that I understand, and I don't uh if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. So I don't know the answer to everything. If you have detailed questions about student loans, uh, find an advisor, um, and just, find a lawyer, find an advisor, and then, you know, discuss your situation. All right. Okay, my friends, I think, all right, I still have time. I'm just looking at my phone battery to see how much battery is left, because I'm going to be wrapping up the live stream before my battery runs out on the phone. Edwin is here. Hi, Edwin. Good to see you. Our friend Edwin is here. All right, let's see. I see lots of new names today, so that's great. Emma is asking, is this a cooking channel? I post a lot of cooking shorts. A lot of my shorts videos are about different, very, very delicious dishes. Uh, but this channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. Didi is saying common sense, straight up tossif, speak truth, and for those that got loans, paid it back. It's just like paying a car or mortgage. It has to be done exactly. It has to be done. Okay. So you buy a vehicle. Um, you buy a vehicle. You buy a new vehicle. Okay. If you pay cash, then it's yours. You don't have to make monthly payments, other than obviously renewing your license plate and doing the maintenance services and all that. But if you are financing, okay, if you're borrowing money to buy a vehicle, you have to make monthly payments depending on the term of your loan. Is it a 24-month loan term? Is it 36 months? Is it 72 months? Is it 84 months? I mean, um, you have to make those payments. You have to make those payments. Plain and simple. You borrow money, you have to pay it back. Okay. And if you run into a situation, there are always situations that people may run into. As I've said, something happens to your health, something happens to, you know, um, your source of income, whatever. If you're not able to make payments, then, you may ask for a grace period. You may ask for additional time. You may ask for an extension of the loan term. You may ask for maybe trying to change your monthly payment, trying to change um, the payment date when your monthly payment is due. I mean, it depends on what the terms of the loan are, and it's going to vary. Okay. For a mortgage, it's going to be different. For a car payment, it's going to be different. For student loan payment, it's going to be different. For your credit card payment, it's going to be different. Everything's different. Um, so just find out more information. Our friend Michael Brown. Michael, I'm so happy that Michael is once again tuning in for the live stream. So Michael, I think you tuned in for my previous two live streams, and Michael is here again. And we really appreciate having Michael Brown here. Michael Brown is our friend from Australia, and always wonderful to see Michael here. So thank you, Michael. All right, let's see. Um, okay, my friends, I may have to wrap up very soon. Let's see. Maybe we can go for a few more minutes. Um, I was just checking my battery. Oh, Didi is leaving. Didi is saying good night. Well, good night, Didi. Thank you for being here. Um, Bree is saying, Tossif, where's your MAGA hat? Bree, where's my MAGA hat? Bree is asking, Tossif, where's your MAGA hat? All right. Bree, where do you think my MAGA hat is? It's right here. It's right here. It's right here, Bree. My MAGA hat is right here. So, my friends, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Evelyn is saying you have some real special people here tonight, Tossif. That's correct, Evelyn. I was reading Helena's comments, then I was reading Jackie's comments, now I'm reading Emma's comments, and oh boy, those comments, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. All right. Sherry, thank you for being here, Sherry. Our friend Evelyn from Vegas, Sherry from Racine, Bree from Michigan. We got so many friends. We got Edwin and so many others. Um, all right. So I'm gonna Kushi, thank you so much. Cody from Oregon. All right. I'm gonna end the poll. Charisse is here. We always appreciate Charisse being here from Idaho. 223 people answered the poll question, and the question was, do you feel that the COVID lockdowns and shutdowns were unfair and unjust? Once again, the question, do you feel that the COVID lockdowns and shutdowns were unfair and unjust? And 65% of the people said yes. Yes, the COVID lockdowns and shutdowns were unfair and unjust. So thank you for responding to the poll question. Um, and we'll have more poll questions in future live streams. Dana has a comment. By the way, Dana makes beautiful jewelry, because Dana sent me, this was months ago. Dana sent me some photos by email of her jewelry that she made. And Dana is writing, I am now selling my jewelry at a local shop. So Dana, if you want to share the name of the shop, if you want to share more information, please feel free to do that. Okay. But Dana makes beautiful jewelry. I was so impressed when I opened that email and I saw the pictures of the jewelry that Dana made. Dana is an artist. She knows wonderful art. So thank you, Dana. All right, my friends, I'm gonna wrap up this live stream now. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap up. My battery is running out here on my phone. So yeah, Dana is a wonderful artist, and we appreciate Dana. And please, best wishes for Dana, because Dana just said that she is now um, she's now selling her jewelry at a local shop. So Dana, best wishes to you. Everyone, wish Dana all the best. All right. Okay. Thank you, my friends. May God bless you all. May God bless our President Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. Thank you all for being here. Edwin, thank you. Michael Brown, thank you. Bree, Charisse, Butch Ramsey, thank you for being here. Mia, thank you. Everyone, if I missed your name, I'm sorry. Dana, Evelyn, everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Bree, thank you. All right, my friends. Michael Brown, thank you. Have a wonderful night. And Sherry, thank you. Lee, thank you. Have a wonderful night. Cody, thanks so much. And we will make America great again. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to be back again very soon. Thanks, my friends.